a big shot unless we talking about hip-hop. Bad at TikTok, but I'll make movies like Hitchcock. Challenge Mitch, you'll barely make it like trick shots. Check your wristwatch, it's time for you all to quit, stop trying me. I'ma be honest, I'm pretty glad no labels eyeing me. I'm independent and I don't want nobody buying me.
Okay. So, for those of y'all who are new to the channel, because I have a feeling some of y'all will be new, I don't ever do this. My account is for reacting to Christian hip-hop music, sometimes NF music, Christian hip-hop news. Every once in a while I've done a couple of movie reviews, just thoughts on different stuff in like the Christian sphere. But one of my favorite things ever on this planet, ironically, is Star Wars. Huge Star Wars fan, big Star Wars fan. Now, I'm not gonna rant about Disney, Star Wars, just their takeover. I'm happy. I'm one of the Star Wars fans that tries to be real kind, because I say, you know what? Even though George sold it, and sometimes I wish he hadn't, the positive of Disney having it is I get to watch more Star Wars stuff. Even if love it, hate it, indifferent, I get more. And we probably wouldn't have gotten a whole lot more if it just stayed in George's hands and he never sold it. He maybe would have done a few more movies, maybe. I think he's probably been on the record saying he wasn't, I don't think. But let's just say he was nice to us and gave us 3 more movies. We wouldn't have probably gotten anything else. You could debate if that's a good or bad thing, but I like having more Star Wars stuff. I like having new Star Wars stuff to look at, right? I'm not even going to get into all my thoughts on all the Disney properties that have come out. I'm just going to focus on the Acolyte. I'm only going to focus on this episode because I haven't done any review or reaction videos to any of the other episodes. Because I wasn't planning on ever doing any, but I felt so strongly at the end of this episode that I came into my room and turned my camera on and said I have to talk to somebody about this. This is gonna be spoilers for if you couldn't tell. I think I hate this show, and I'm gonna give you some insight. So the first 2 episodes, I was like, actually backtracking, I saw The Phantom Menace like 3 times in theaters when it re-released, and at least one of the times I stayed for the post-credit thing because they played the first little action sequence of the Acolyte, and it looked like cool action, so I was like, cool. And the first 2 episodes came out, I was like, this is okay. I think this is fine. I kind of, I like how this is kind of set up. It's interesting. It's a little different. I didn't expect it, but I'm willing. Some people I think were checked out after the first 2 episodes. I was like, you know what? I'm interested enough. After the 3rd episode, I was like, okay, yeah. After the 4th episode, I was like, okay, I think I might be done. And it's so funny, my uncle had told me, he was like, he's a huge Star Wars fan. He was like, it says critics checked out around episode 3 or 4. And I was like, after watching 4, them boringly wandering around the forest for the whole episode, I was like, and then the Wookiee Jedi Kilnaka just being dead when they got there, I was like, okay, wasted opportunity. So okay, episode 5, the reason I'm upset is a lot of things. One, and we all I think kind of called this the Khmer, we were like, please don't let him be the Sith, the Dark Jedi, the Sith Master, please. Anything else I think I would have been okay with. Only because that's the only one that you could guess is, oh yeah, it's probably him, the guy who's been with her this whole time. They made it him. We're like, okay. One, and some of these, y'all can leave comments or whatever, some of these might just be stuff I'm ignorant to. I consider myself a really huge Star Wars fan. I don't know everything, but I know certain things. One, since when can lightsabers, when the top is chopped off, when they're, well, they make a circumcision joke so much, but I guess I kind of already did. But like, when the top is kind of chopped off, we've seen that happen in Star Wars and they don't work anymore. Remember Anakin, he broke his lightsaber in episode 2 that way. And then we've seen them, I think General Grievous has lost lightsabers that way. Multiple times in the episode, like the top would get chopped off and then like it would stop working and then like the blade would come back up. And I'm like, when was this the design? And then I guess if it gets hit low enough, it can't work again. I don't know, but that was weird. I'm over here wondering what type of vibranium that Khmer's helmet is made of, that it like just shatters the lightsaber. Like, it's not making sense. I obviously don't know the exact physics of a lightsaber, but they like shattered. I'm like, how is light shattered? I'm not understanding this. That happened a bunch of times. I was like, what is this helmet made of? So that bugged me. I wasn't so upset at some of the Jedi dying. Yord, I just wasn't that big a fan of. He was really annoying. I think that might have been the point of his character. But like, I wasn't understanding when May fought I guess the younger Padawan. Why at no point was she like, yo, no, don't fight me. I was gonna turn myself in. She didn't take a second to explain. She didn't say, hey, no, we don't have to. The whole time they were fighting, I was like, why are they fighting? You're about to be on their side. Why are you fighting? I'm not understanding. It doesn't make any sense. Why are you fighting? She didn't say anything the whole time, right? Just tried to kill her for some reason. I'm like, what is happening? So those are a few of the things. Just as I'm watching, I'm like, what is happening? Then Kamir's helmet comes off, and he's like, again, there's this whole idea of like Soul did something. I'm guessing I don't know. They haven't really done a good job, which I guess is the point. They're gonna reveal it later, but I'm like, he clearly did something. The Jedi clearly did something wrong there that at least made May upset, and he's been lying to Osha this whole time about it. And then May's like, it's just me and you now. Let's hug it out. And then Osha's like, no, you're a criminal. I'm taking you to jail. And then this is where I was completely lost, and I think I might just be an idiot. I just think, is it my fault? Like, I feel like this show is hard to follow. May then force pushes her. She's knocked out, and she decides to switch with her. We just hugged her and said, I love you, and we can... you know what? Never mind. I'm going to be you. I'm going to dramatically cut my hair with this lightsaber. That was so... It was so extra. I literally said that out loud. I was like, that was so extra. You could have cut it without the lightsaber. And you did this stance when you... I don't know. I'm rambling at this point, if you can tell, but that's what this video is going to be. So switches with Osha. And I'm like, okay, not to be nitpicky, but you don't think Soul would sense that, like, this isn't my former Padawan. I think this is May. I didn't. Nope, didn't notice it at all. And then I guess Kamir, I don't know. He was just trying to kill May earlier, and now does he realize that Osha is May? Does he not? He put a jacket over her or whatever. And why is Osha not freaking out? Do they think we don't know that they switched places? I think they think we're stupid. I'm sorry. I've really tried to be so nice. After these first 3 episodes, I was like, yeah, some people are really killing the show. It can be okay. I really was kind of Star Wars Theory did the video about Ki-Adi-Mundi. How is he alive? And then it doesn't make any sense that he knows about the Sith because he literally pointed out there was no Sith. And then when Soul is like, who are you? He's like, I don't have a name, but Jedi, like, you would call me Sith. And I'm just like, okay, why are you Sith exactly? And he's just like, I just want to use my power how I want to use it. I'm just like, this feels so much like the plot of Morbius, like, which I hated. Like, what do you mean? So you just want to not have the rules and use their darkness, I guess? I mean, I guess that's how Sith would have to be a thing, because some Force user would be like, I want to use the bad side of it, and y'all are trying to stop me. I want a pupil. But, like, why'd you have May running around and not telling her who you were and making her kill people without I don't know, man. Who wrote this show? I literally said that out loud. I was like, who wrote this show? I'm still going to finish watching. I'm not somebody who's going to give up on it, but I'm done defending it. At this point, I'm just watching it to see how it ends. I have no hate for any of the actors in the show. I love Amandla. I like the actors. I love the actor that plays Soul. I like some of the action, like some of the fighting when they did it was cool, kinda, but they kind of would like cut in and out from it. I'm like, can we just focus on this lightsaber fight? Like, this is kind of cool. This is a cool part. But they kept shifting back and forth to the fight between May and the Padawan. I'm just like, what? Why are y'all even fighting? This is stupid. And then, lastly, and you knew this was gonna happen, the foreshadowing from the last episode with those slug things, they are attracted to light. I was like, okay, I guess. And she's like, I have a light. Come this way. I'm like, well, we know exactly what's going to happen. They're going to find some way to get those things to attack him. I thought he died when they took him in the sky. I was like, what type of Bug's Life death? If this Sith actually dies this way. And then obviously he didn't die. But I just had to rant for 10 minutes, guys, because I don't like the writing at all. None of it's making sense to me. I really hope this big reveal of what Soul did is something of worth. And honestly, so what Kamir said, I agreed with when he was like, because of you, I can't exist because y'all haven't seen Sith or whatever. There can't be Sith. But I'm just like, also because in Phantom Menace, they say the Sith have been extinct for millennia. Like, my guess is that Kamir is just gonna kill everybody who saw him, and brainwash Kiadi Mundi, and then be like, oh, what's Sith? I don't know. Kamir, never heard of him. Never, like, it just doesn't make sense, knowing what you should know from Phantom Menace, that the Jedi haven't seen a red lightsaber in years, to not make a bunch of the Jedi see a red lightsaber, and just like, now we gotta, does that retcon some stuff, or you just have to be like, well, I guess Kiadi Mundi lied, which, he's on the council, great, he's lying. He's one of the most noble, dope Jedis we know of, and he's a liar. So, I don't know. I really try my best to not be a nitpicky brat of a fan, because I do genuinely think there are, I don't want to say a lot, but there are Star Wars fans that I think are always looking for something to be upset at and just can't enjoy anything, and probably would prefer that George had just kept Star Wars and never made another movie. Just ended with like Clone Wars maybe. And, you know, I'm not mad at those people, but I want to be happy. I want to be a happy Star Wars fan. I like when there's new stuff I can look forward to. Ooh, I have this in my calendar, new Star Wars show, new movie, new whatever. I'm looking forward to stuff. But, and everything has been, I mean, Boba Fett was really bad. I liked Mando. The season 3 wasn't great, but I still like Mando as a whole. I still haven't finished Andor. That's my bad. I really need to. I didn't mind episode 7. I hate episode 8 and 9. I don't hate as much as 8 because it was just JJ trying to fix what they messed up, but it's still not good. I liked Kenobi. I liked Ahsoka. So I don't hate all the Disney stuff, but this one, unless they finish, it would be the craziest comeback of all time. Come back from down 0-3 to for me to somehow like this show by the end of it. I thought the Sith was gonna be her mom for a second, and I was like, I actually might have been more upset if it was her mom, because I'd be like, how did you learn all this? How did you? Anyway, I don't know if anyone's gonna watch this or who's gonna watch this. Like I said, this isn't what my channel is usually used for. I'm sure a lot of my subscribers are like, what? But if you have any thoughts, let me know. I might do more of these in the future, though. I did used to do movie reactions, and my guy Just Raised, go check him out. Just Raised. Actually, while I'm here, let me go ahead and bring up his account, because he does way more accurate and kind of organized reactions to a lot of sci-fi type stuff. And he's a Christian hip hop artist too, but he's been doing stuff way more often. He's probably gonna have a reaction to this soon as well. But his page is called, if I can find it, is it just on your regular page, buddy? Yeah, it's just Raised. So JUSRZD, and he makes music and talks about all types of dope shows. So please check him out. I had to say something. It was really bad. It was really bad. Anyway, if you like Star Wars, let me know. If you're new to the channel, hey, subscribe. I might do more stuff like this. I love Star Wars. I just had to vent. Love you guys a ton. Like, subscribe if you haven't. Praise God. Peace.